Hey, everybody, welcome to the Frankie J
Cool. He's my
Experience
miracle child.
Nightcap Show, where we would typically go over the show and what was on the show. But Ref Kimbrough, who does my producing, had a last minute trip that he had to make that he forgot that he was a day behind on. So, in any event, I figured I'd at least come on and say hi to everybody, and make announcements on what's coming up, and least show my face on camera today, despite the fact we had to cancel our show a little while ago. But again, I'm Frankie J. I'm the host of the Frankie J Experience, and I am doing what's called a nightcap. And typically, like I said, this would be a place where we could discuss the topics that were on the show. We could come up with some better ideas, solutions, or anything that would, make world peace and a lot of things easier. But I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to actually get out there as far as news updates, what's to come from the Frankie J experience, and a whole list of other things. So I figured this would be the perfect time to come on here a little later from all the other shows and be able to take some time, have some, audience input. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Martha. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And go from there. But I first and foremost want to thank you. I want to thank my producer, at this point, coach and mentor, for getting me really going in this business, really teaching me the ins, the outs, and things that I never thought in a million years would have a lot to do with this. But I was lucky enough this past weekend to take a stand up comedy course, which ended up turning into about 18 hours of lessons, workshops, and um, times where we were able to practice the material that we learned. And I was one of those people that always said, stand up comedy is easy. You just get on stage and start talking, make people laugh. Not even close. It's there's just so much involved, and I wasn't aware of it. And I'm one of those guys that's taken tons and tons and tons of courses, classes, things like that. But when I took this stand up course, I was woke up to the fact that there's a lot involved. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that people don't think for a second are real when it comes to stand up comedy. I mean, coming up with the material, the setup, the tags, the segues, the punchlines, all that stuff. I was like, whoa. But I sat through the entire course. I absorbed as much as I could in the time that was allotted. And what I can tell you is this, is that stand-up comedy really, really has a lot of tools and a lot of formats that can be used in other aspects of life, be it doing podcasting, news broadcasting, having, roundtables, doing meetings. There's all kinds of tools within that course that can be taken and used in many other aspects of life. And that's what I found the most appealing of it, is that I was able to learn a lot more stuff that I didn't know before. So I wanted to come on and share that. Rev Kimbrough is available at podbrothernation.com. Again, that's podbrothernation.com. And he's got all different kinds of courses on his website there. There's courses for podcasting, broadcasting, singing, acting, doing all different sorts of comedy. I just happened to choose the stand-up comedy course that was offered. And what he's doing as a courtesy to the Frankie J Experience show is anybody that signs up for any of his courses using the promo code Frankie J, they will receive 10% off of that course purchase. And then he will donate 10%, equaling a total of 20% to the MS Society, just on the people that use the promo code signing up for the class. So the 20% will come out of that transaction. So I think that's pretty cool. And I will put it in my fortune cookie here. So if anybody wants to take a look and see what he's got to offer. And when I tell you nothing but professional, hands down, the information that was passed along was legit information, and it was taught in such a way that it was easy to understand. It was very, very clear on what he was teaching, and I was blown away. I was literally blown away on how much stuff I thought I knew and found out that I didn't. And once in a while, I have that know-it-all in me. But the good thing is that I took that course and it grounded me even more than what I was before. So in the last couple years, I've really I hate to say it this way, but I've gotten my act together and really have taken this producing a show thing to the next level. And it's not without people like you that are all tuning in, listening, and showing support, showing that you're all out there with me. And we all know how tricky, thank you. We know how tricky it can be to get on a microphone live, and then even worse to get on a video camera live, because that is very stressful to people that haven't done it before. So it's a very hard thing to do. And um, I'll tell you, I commend everybody that's on this site, if they haven't done video before, to try it. It's a fun thing. It's fun to do. People can see your pimples and everything else. So it's just something for you to have a little bit of fun with while you're on here. And this site really does give people that, what do you call it? That comfort and safe place, if you will, to be able to do that. And it's fun. You get to, thank you. Hi Lily, thanks for joining. It's something to do. It's something for me. It got me through a lot of times when, I was alone, not working. It was something positive for me to do, where I could, work on setting up my background and getting my podcasting station all set up. And it added a level of excitement that was very needed for me at that moment. I was, I'm living alone. I have a little puppy, and there was times where it was overwhelming, but I also knew I had my podcast to worry about. So it kept me like balanced. It's exciting. It's fun. I have met so many people that I wouldn't have met otherwise unless I was doing these social audio apps. And Deborah Barsha, actually, oddly enough, was the one that provided me with that official invite to here at Fireside, which was really cool. So thank you, Deb, for doing that, because you've really created a life changing moment for me. Hi, Deb. Thank you. I love when people clap for me. It's really cool. But no, it was an eye-opening experience. At first, I was like, "Oh my god, I can't do this." It was really complicated. But then when I just kind of sat down, listened, took a couple of, they called them, I think, meet and greets at the time, where people could actually attend a show, and Stephanie would Jansen, I think it's Jansen. I really bad with last names, but did actual shows, but in the way to teach people how to use the site, what the features were, and how to put really good content out. And it was very, very helpful. And for me, I can only speak for me. I don't like to speak for other people, but for me, it really gave me that sense of confidence that I needed to know that I could go on camera, that I could put out a very good, show filled with laughs. Thanks, Luis. I appreciate that. I always want to make people laugh, because I mean, let's face it, I could come up here and talk about the news that we all know about, and everybody else has talked about it. I don't want to I don't want to, beat a drum into the ground. I'd rather try to be that guy, that distraction that, brings us all to a moment of peace, laughter, and good times, because I don't want to be up here in line sharing and talking about bad news as far as national news is concerned. We all know what's going on. We all know what's happened. It's tragic, but I I myself, it's hard for me to, watch that stuff and be able to speak clearly, but I'm committed to putting on my show, having a good time, making people laugh for that short time they're with me, and, you know, getting new people to join and start following. We are going to be doing our full show each week, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Boxcast, and then I'm going to be over here at 9:30 p.m. every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time to do what we're calling a nightcap to, like I said, go over what was on the show, further discuss any topics that didn't get completed on the show, and a place to really kind of let everybody know what the next show is about, who's going to be on it, and really just an open roundtable of discussion. If people want to provide feedback, people want to provide any ideas for upcoming shows, things that will be fun, things that would be insightful, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm always an open book when it comes to receiving ideas for something that will be fun and engaging, because I do enjoy when people come up and become part of the conversation. It keeps it really fresh. It keeps it level as far as the playing field is concerned. If everybody can have, their say, their opinion on it, that makes that much of a difference for that issue at hand. So I'm a very big advocate for conversation, talking about it, and really, getting it out there so that there can be solutions to certain issues. And until you do that, until you get to that point where you feel comfortable enough to even talk about the issues with other people that you really don't know except for on here, it's a challenge. Again, it's a challenge. I'm typically that goofball that likes to have a good time, but I have a heart. I do have feelings, and I understand reality. But again, I'm here to, put on a good show, something that will distract us from those moments. So hopefully that's what I've done so far. And moving forward, that's a lot of what we got going on. So Ref Kimbrough again, Stephen E. Kimbrough, the ref, he's been kind enough to be working with me and really pushing me to the limit on what I'm capable of doing. And we got a bunch of good stuff coming up here in the next couple months. One thing that we have coming up that's really awesome is we, as a team, Ref Kimbrough and I are going to start doing some live sports broadcasting, play by play, color, pregame, postgame for football and any other sports that we dabble across. We are going to start doing that. So it's going to be really fun to all you sports fans out there. Anybody that has a favorite team and they want to listen to Ref and I do the play by play live broadcast, I definitely and highly recommend it because I'm a lot of fun. And to bring some funny besides Tony Romo, I can make him look like a rookie comedy or comedian. So I really want to bring something different to the table when it comes to live play by play. And I've done it before, or sort of done it. Kimbrough has done a lot of color comedy um as far as sports is concerned. And one thing that Ref Kimbrough is really big on is he wants the people, female, male, everybody, to come in if they like football, for example, but they don't understand the game, the rules, the what are the cheers for, what are the boos for. That's where he comes in. And while we're doing live broadcast, he's going to be implementing tutorials in there for people that really aren't too up on what football is and what the object is, et cetera, et cetera. So, to anybody out there that loves football just because they love their hometown team, but when it gets down to it, they don't understand the game or the rules, that's where our live broadcast will come in because we'll be sharing those rules with you in a very fun, safe, and comfortable way. And we have been working with another app to, I guess, collaborate and bringing our brand in, the Frankie J brand, to his app with the live sports broadcasting. So we look forward to that. That's going to be really cool. And again, anybody that signs up for any of the courses on podbrothernation.com and uses the promotional code Frankie J, they'll receive a 10% discount on the total price of the course, which the prices are not outrageous, believe me. I was able to sit on the corner for 5 minutes and get enough money to pay for it. So it's not outrageous. And for the amount of content that you get in return, it's hands down the best deal in town as far as I'm concerned. And he's always available for questioning or follow up after courses. He's not hard to get a hold of. So I definitely recommend going to podbrothernation.com, checking that out, and my.com and my official email and website will be coming in the next 20 to 25 days. I have a domain already ready. I'm just getting it all set up, and I'm starting to build out the website a little bit along with choosing what my official email is. So maybe I'll have a little contest on what my info at blah blah blah.com should be. But I'm excited about all this. It's all new to me. I've been at it here for about 4 years now, and I had my ups, my downs, my all arounds on, is this really what I want to do? Is this what I'm meant to do? And I'm to the point now where, yes, this is what I'm meant to do. You're all stuck with me. I'm going to be a radio personality one way or another, and I'm going to follow through on this goal that I set forth for myself. I'm not sure if there's anybody out there, Martha, Deborah, Lily, if you want to come up, share any stories or input on, even if it was just on your day, it's by itself. This is just a nightcap. This is just a thing for me to do as a show host and human, to come on and offer people that quick end of the night chit chat, if you will, and to, have the ability to vent out a little bit with somebody that's willing to listen to it. But I didn't want to, take too long on this show. I didn't want to, burn anybody out on Frankie J, because there's going to be a lot of me coming at you. But I really wanted to share all the good news that's coming up. And for me, the biggest deal is the Boxcast thing, for me to be able to be on a TV streaming service on a channel that's already established with my show, my product, my brand. It's definitely overwhelming, but in a thanks, Lily. It's overwhelming in a really good way. I couldn't imagine this happening a few years ago. So still in that, is this really happening? Where's the fine print? Where do I sign? Stage. So for me, it's exciting, it's humbling, and at the same time, it feels really good and rewarding that I've been able to stick it out through the good times, the bad, my bipolar moments, them. The moments where I was like, oh, the hell with this, it's not working. I got one person listening. But what I found is that that's not going to make or break me. What's going to make or break me is the way I come back from what I feel is a defeat, the way I come back and just keep working harder and understanding that it's not all about me. I mean, what I'm up here for is not all for me. Is it rewarding to have people that enjoy the show? Well, yeah. But what's more rewarding is that people overall are doing well, and if I can be part of that in any way, that's reward enough. I don't need 5,000 people lining my room. If they want to go somewhere else and have a really good time, as long as they're happy, I'm good with that. I'm just honored to be part of this site and to be able to create some good content on a site that offers that capability of being in person as much as we can from all different parts of the world. And I think that's really cool. It's really groovy. And yeah, definitely, Lily. I definitely agree with you there. And Deb, and I'm gonna do my little clap too. Do a slow clap. But no, it's been really fun. It's been very eye opening again, and we got some really good guests coming up here in the next few Thursdays. Our next guest next week, Thursday at 8 p.m., is going to be the one, the only, and now Doctor Kronos, the Time Master, and yeah, he's going to be excited to have. He already is. I got his all his information together, and wow, is he proud to get that doctorate, and I'm very happy for him. And I got the opportunity to go ahead and bring him onto a platform where he could talk a little bit about the struggles on getting that and the work that he put forth to achieve that goal. So it's really a show that I'm looking forward to doing. And again, every Thursday at 8 p.m. live on Boxcast. I'll be all over social media with it. It'll be simulcasted to Facebook Live and YouTube and every other platform on the universe. But it's really getting fun. It's really starting to sprout. The roots have shown little antennas coming out. So it's gonna grow, it's gonna get bigger. I'm looking forward to the challenge. and I can't wait, and all the support I've been getting on here, off here, everywhere has been a miracle. So I will go ahead and end the show now. It was a real quick recap, unless anybody has anything to say, add, or anything that's discussion worthy that we can, take value out of and share. I'm not too certain what's really going on with the news aside from, I think it's see microphones here. I don't know if that means you want to talk or not. I'll just see. I'll see if that's what they meant. I'm still learning this site, so I'm gonna. Um, it says there's a microphone above Deborah Barsha. Does that mean she wants to speak? Hi, Deborah.
Yes, hi. You just have to hit the microphone. I think my mother wants to come up too.
Yeah. Okay. Let me. I'm still learning the whole microphone thing. So is that okay?
There we go.
Hi. Hi,
Yeah,
Martha. Hello.
Martha is.
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Hi.
I want to wish you good luck, and I think
Thank
it's a
you.
fabulous idea that you're going to have play by play with comedy. I don't think
Yes.
anybody's ever done that. And my husband used to do play by play for Syracuse University,
Oh, cool.
and to do it on the radio is a hard thing. You're not seeing, nobody's seeing anything, so comedy would be very funny.
I did it last football season. I was doing play by play for the Buffalo Bills games, and I had only done my first game, and then I was starting my second, and I had a guy message in, "How long have you been doing this?" I'm like, "I don't know, it's like my second game." And he's like, "Sounds like you've done 5,000 games. You're really polished." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So after that season, I'm like, I guess maybe, and I listened to other people's, and I felt like I was doing really good with it. So I said I'm gonna go at it again this season and just improve on it and add a twist, a little bit of comedy,
Yeah.
and most importantly, give people that don't understand the game a chance to watch it where they're not surrounded by maniacs that know all the rules. They have a safe place to
That's a
enjoy
great
it.
idea. That's a great. All I know is you have to get 10 yards and 4 downs. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah, that's not
I
enough. You
know
need to know
not.
more.
I really. I want to know more because I just always thought football was they all pile on top of each other and then they get off. They all pile on top of each other and then they get off.
Well, they do, but there's a reason for it.
I
That's
know when they
funny.
say there's 5 minutes left. I know
What's
when they
that?
say there's 5 minutes left, it could be an hour and a half, and then he's not going to get away from the television in 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, 3 minutes in the NFL is a lifetime. So 3 minutes can be 30 minutes. I mean, they already take an hour game, 60 minutes, and it's a 3 hour TV spot. Commercials, timeouts, halftime, injuries. It's a 3 hour event and it's only an hour game. So it's yeah, when your
It's going to
husband
be
is
great. I don't even know what offsides and I don't know anything. All I know is the 10 yard 4 down thing. That's the
well,
only
that's a
thing.
start.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
So
you'll be there, and I'll shoot you the information on the back channel for the site we'll be doing it on because it's gonna be a lot of fun, Deb. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I was just going to tell you, I cherished all those talks we did on wisdom about pets, and the fact that you came over here and now you've gotten to this place where you really are confident and you know what you're going to do. I just think you've come so incredibly far, and
Thank you.
I'm very, very excited for you.
Well, Deb, I appreciate that, and from the time you and I had started talking till now, I've seen you put out a lot of good stuff and really take the bull by the horns too. So I congratulate you too on your recent success. I think it's really great what everybody has done with the opportunities given them, and I appreciate the kind words. I really do. For me, it's one of those things that keep me going. I wanna be up here not just to entertain and get in my car and go home and be like, whatever. I genuinely care about what I do, what I say, how I act, and if I make mistakes, I own them. If I say things I shouldn't have, I try to make it right. So I'm just a human being up here behind a microphone and trying to provide entertainment, some laughs, and value at the same time. Like, what can I put in my show that will provide somebody with something when they, turn the radio off that night? So it's not all just about laughs. It's about sharing information, bringing unique people up here from all different walks of life, from lawyers and athletes and coaches and whoever, anybody that wants to come up and share some insight on the world that they live in or lived in or whatever. So I'm all
Well,
about
Mom always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. My mother, and
it's never too late.
maybe she should take that course.
I'm gonna tell you something. I went into that class and I'll be honest. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to take some notes and I'll be good to go. It'll be an easy 8 hours. Well, it turned into 12 and then, another day 6. But after the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh, I really should have just kept it zipped because there's a lot. But it is a really good course, and really for under 100, under $200 for even 12 hours, getting a whole bunch of outlined um, facts, information, and data, along with workshops where you're actually putting together your information, and at the end getting the ability to take 3 minutes and put on a show in front of your peers. It's really very humbling. And then we still have what he's calling the graduation class, where we're actually going to get a 3-minute set on a online comedy club out in Los Angeles, where it's like if you get 30 seconds, you're lucky. So that's also provided at the end of the course. So I highly recommend it. I really do. And is it a lot of information? Yes. Be prepared to really write down some notes and absorb it because it's a lot. But I can't say anything bad about it. It was wonderful. He's so professional. He makes sure that you understand each bit before he moves on to the next, which I think is really cool. If you have a question, you just ask him. So, but yeah, it's at podbrothernation.com and you can go in there and it shows all the different courses he offers. And like I said, anybody that uses my promo code, if you look on the fortune cookie ticker, it shows the website to go to, and then the code Frankie J, you'll get 10% off the course price. And then he, in return, will donate 20% of the proceeds from that one sale to the MS Society, which I think is really stand up. That's really good stuff right there. So you should take it too, Deb. I really think so. The stand up course. I think you would be awesome at it. Did I lose you too? Martha? Deborah?
Oh no, I just was driving, and sometimes
Like,
I
to
go
everybody.
through. I sometimes go through the Matrix while I'm driving home. I just played the show tonight, and I'm
Oh,
driving
okay.
home, and I wanted to jump in and say hi.
Oh, well, it's always nice to say hi. I try to get on as much as I can on the other
And
sites too,
mom,
but
mom is in Syracuse.
oh, okay, cool. So 6 hours, well, maybe 8 down the road. You're in a better place. Syracuse is awesome. It's always in movies too. I was watching a movie the other night about that football player. He played for the Browns. He got really sick with leukemia after he was drafted. The movie was called the something train. I don't know. He was a running back at Syracuse. I can't remember his name. But he was born in Elma, New York, which is about 15 minutes from me. And I don't know, I think I told Deb this before, but did you know where the very first Monday night football game in the NFL was played? Ever? Elma, New York, at a high school. True. True story. You can Google it. But in any event, again, everybody, just to kind of tie this all up, my next guest next week, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Boxcast will be the one and only Dr. Kronos, the Time Master. And then at 9:30, right after the live show, I'll be on here doing a show a recap to go over anything that anyone would have missed or to
I
continue
think it
kind.
was Ernie Davis.
Yes, it was. It
Yes, and we
was.
also had Marty Glickman. Have you ever heard of him? He was a very
Yes.
big sportsman from Syracuse University. But
Yes.
Ernie Davis was in my husband's fraternity too, and
Yeah.
I met Ernie Davis.
Yeah. Nice kid, I heard.
He died very early. He was in with
Yeah.
a there was another black.
Jim Brown.
No, that was years ago, Jim.
Yeah, Jim Brown recruited him to Syracuse, actually.
My
Um.
husband recruited Marty Glickman.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's really cool.
Marty
Small
Glickman
world.
was supposed to be in the 1939 Olympics,
Oh,
and
really?
they wouldn't put a Jew in. Hitler didn't want him.
Ugh, I hate hearing that stuff.
Oh
Owens.
my God,
You
Bob!
know.
He said he wanted it to be a really fun show.
Yeah, but
Well,
he
no,
can't
it's
have
okay.
a fun
No, no,
show.
no, it's okay. I don't mind talking about serious
Yeah, I
things.
mean,
I
Ernie
just
Davis had leukemia.
he
That
did.
Yeah.
it's something that happened, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, it did, and it was really sad because I've watched a lot of his highlight reels, and he was unbelievable. I think he would have surpassed Jim Brown all day long. I think he would have really done a lot for the league, not just in the way of sports, but in the way of, you know, bringing things together a little quicker in the way of culture and everything involved. I think that he was a great weapon for that, but life happens. He got very ill, and unfortunately, during that era, very there wasn't a lot of technical treatments like they have now. So we probably caught it late because they didn't have the testing available, and when they did catch it, it was probably too late. So that's a tough one
I go
too.
way back. I'm
Yeah.
86 years old.
Well, you look good for 86. I would have never guessed it.
Yeah, that's a recent picture. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
you
go
look
way
good.
back. And my husband was a Syracuse University graduate.
What did he
So
graduate for?
communications. He taught communications. He was an anchor man on television.
Oh, okay, cool. I have a radio guy that lives next door to me. He's been on Buffalo radio for like 40 years. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I can hear him broadcasting real early in the morning, like 5 a.m. My walls vibrate very comfortably because he's got a very monotone voice. And
Oh, he's a radio.
yeah, he does radio. He does traffic news. He does traffic news during the week, and then on the weekends he does traffic and current event news. So he keeps busy, but he's got a studio at home. He can't really walk too well, so I help him with whatever I can when I can,
Hey,
groceries and stuff.
Frankie,
Yes,
is Buffalo back to normal after what happened there? I mean, not the back to normal, but
good
I
question.
mean,
Um,
what is everybody feeling there? I know you lived very close to the supermarket.
yeah, 3.5 miles. What I can tell you is based on my experiences living here. And anytime there was a tragedy or something that had happened, this city really jumps in the deep end to really grab hands and help each other. And what I can say is they're doing what they've normally done, and they're just embracing what happened. They're processing it. More and more, celebrities in the local area, sports figures, and all these other people are coming out to show their respects, their condolences, and they're they're rebuilding. They're getting through the process. It's one of those things that I think will take a while, but like every other event that's ever happened here, they're doing that times 10 for this particular tragedy. If that answers your question.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it was. I'll tell you, that was something. That was one of those things. And then to hear about what happened in Texas the other day, I'm just like, holy cow! Like, what is going on? And the odd thing about it is both the shooters were both 18 years old, and um, it's tragic. I mean, it's tragic. It's like almost like, what do you say? Because no matter what you say, it's not gonna make it's not gonna make it better. It's just dissecting it. So it's almost like taking something that you stitched up with a couple loose stitches and just ripping them back out, and we'll wait till later to stop the bleeding again. So that's why I'm like when I come on to do shows like this, I have no issues at all talking about serious matters or topics, but I also don't want to overdo it to the point where like everyone's talking about it, because talk is cheap in my opinion, and solutions are what's needed to try to combat this from happening again, because you never know. You can't predict when something like this is going to happen. I mean, people are just so quick and spontaneous now. If they get mad at one thing, then it's game planning time. And to see the depths of what these young men went, as far as planning to do, it's something that I can't fathom. It's just beyond out of my realm of expertise, really. And all I can say there is that I'm safe where I'm at. I've limited myself going out unless I have to. And if I have to go, I have found that going in the middle of the night's better because there's less traffic and I can park close and really scan the parking lot because there's minimum cars. So for me, I feel a little bit easier going shopping in the late evening, middle of the night. That's what I've been doing. It seems to work out that way. But again, like I had told Deb the day it happened, for me, it really hit home because being only a few miles away from it, hearing the first responder sirens and all the chaos, for me at first, I just thought it was something regular going on because I live a block from the fire hall. And they always, and I know the guys there, I was part of the fire hall, and they like to really crank on the sirens because they know where people live and they like, do that thing. Let's annoy our friends. So I heard the chaotic noise and just, when you live next to a fire hall, you dismiss a lot of it really. And then a couple hours later, I had people texting me asking me if I was okay. I'm like, I think so. Did I send out any kind of text that I didn't feel good or something? And then I started thinking, and then I went on the news app and I was just like, whoa. Like I right away was hit the brakes. Whoa. Like, what do you say to that? And then you find out, actually I found this out about 4 days ago, that the 911 operator, the first one that was called from one of the assistant managers in the store that was hiding in a freezer, called 911 and was whispering. And the 911 operator kept yelling at her to speak up. I can't hear you, speak up. And she ended up having to hang up, call her boyfriend to call 911. That's sickened to me too. I'm like, whoa. I I don't care if you think it's a prank or whatever. If you have someone calling 911 whispering something's happening, tell them to speak up. Dispatch. I'm not sure how everybody else feels about that, but she's been put on leave indefinitely, no pay until they investigate it further. So I can't foresee her having a job after all that. So, I mean, you can't
Yeah,
even call
that's
911.
crazy.
It
That's
is.
insane. I mean, if you're calling 911 and you can't speak loud, there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Well, I accidentally butt dialed 911. Well, not butt dial, but you know how sometimes you go to reset your phone, an iPhone, and it'll accidentally do the alarm thing? And it happened, and it actually started to dial 911. I'm like, oh my God. And I hit exit, and about 10 seconds later, a blank number called me saying it was 911. Did I need anything? And I'm like, no, I'm really sorry. I accidentally hit it. So, I mean, even if you hit 911 on your phone, in reality, you shouldn't have to talk. You could dial 911, put that phone down, and because of your GPS location, I'm not certain, so don't quote me, because I know this is all recorded. Don't quote me. I think it's a law where if 911's called, that if there's no voices or nothing heard, that they are to go and check it out to make sure everything's okay. But yeah, that was gross when I heard that a 911 operator, your last hope, does that. What do you think, Martha?
What do I think? What do I think? I think you're right. And I also think if I'm going to call 911, I need them. And I don't want them to speak loud. And I don't want them to ring me back. If I'm hiding from someone, please don't ring my phone and let them
Mhm.
know that where I am and that I can answer the phone and or
Yeah.
that I've
Oh no,
called
I was talking
911.
about when I accidentally called them. This girl didn't get a call back.
Oh,
The one
well,
that was in the
I've gotten a
freezer.
call back already
Oh, have
from
you?
911, yes, when I
Eh,
called by mistake.
yeah.
And it's wonderful to have 911. I was in a situation in my age when we never had 911. You
Oh,
had to call the police department
yeah.
and they would put you on hold. 911 usually does not put you on hold.
No, they have
I have an
streamlined it.
Apple Watch, you know,
Yep. Oh
instead of
yeah.
an
Okay.
alert system, you know. And when I fell down, see, I was going to be a stand up comedian, and I fell down. Now I'm a sit down comedian.
Hey, I don't know what to say to that.
If I
That's
get a
awesome.
little older, I'll be a lay down comedian, you know.
Hey, as long as you already made me laugh, so I think you got a future. You just got to get a really cool chair, one that
That's true.
has wheels on it, not a wheelchair, like a
Yeah,
lazy
I know.
boy.
I got what you said. I'm writing it down.
Yep.
Dry bar. Did you ever see Dry Bar?
Dry bar, no.
Well, you ought to put it on your phone. It's called Dry Bar, DRY Bar, and they have all these comedians, and they're excellent. And they don't curse or use
Oh,
the F
good,
word,
good.
and they're very, very good.
I wrote it down. I'll check it out because
Yeah. It's
I'm not
a app.
certain how
It's an
far.
app,
Oh, okay, I got you.
and
Uh,
comes on Face book. I get it
oh,
all the time on Facebook. Dry
got
Bar.
got you. I'll definitely check it out because I'm not certain exactly what I'm gonna do with the actual stand-up comedy part of it. I'll do my, graduation show, 3 minutes in that online club, but I think more of where I'm taking all the information that I got from that course, I'm gonna use a lot of it to implement into my show. To be able to have a few good one-liners in the beginning, at the end, whatever, to add some like fun to what would normally be, I guess, boring and
Well,
serious.
Deborah did a stand up, and I didn't go for it for over a year. She was doing this stand up comedian,
Mhm.
and it was called "Go to Your
What?
Womb,"
Oh, that wasn't Stan.
WOMB, and
No,
it was all about her mother,
stop
and
it.
it made fun of my Brooklyn accent, and
Yeah,
she
it's
took
okay.
me over the coals. It took me some time to go to her stand up.
Oh
It wasn't.
man.
That's not. That was not stand-up comedy. That was a theater piece a solo theater piece that I wrote for myself. Stand-up comedy is much harder than that.
Stand up is
Yeah,
really hard. I was blown away, Deb, on the amount of information that I had received in that time.
I
I was like,
bet.
I mean, you know me, I can learn. I'm a sponge for education, but I was like, whoa. Like you have to be 100% all in if that's what you want to do, because the information I got was eye opening. I mean, my eyes were open as wide as they could open the whole time, going, I never thought of that. Oh my god. And
Right.
I didn't realize the behind the scenes of how it works and getting jobs and the A list, the B list, the C list, all the different lists, and working your way through, the clubs that they give you a blue list on what to do, what not to do, and you got to really be careful, and there's all kinds of stuff I never thought about. And to get that class under my belt, I thought was really cool. And I'm actually looking forward to implementing, like I said, what I've learned in that class. So that's why I really wanted to come on tonight and promote it for anybody that's looking for a good course, solid, one that's not going to take every dollar out of your wallet, which I'm really big on. This is where to go. podbrothernation.com. Sign up for the course, use my code, and take it because it's worth it.
All right. Well,
Well worth it.
I'm just about home. You got me home. This is fantastic.
Oh, good. I served the purpose. Woohoo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So I'm gonna. All right. So I'm going to leave the stage, but I know you're going to close up. So once again, good luck. Have a great time. You're going to be fantastic.
Thanks, Deb. I appreciate the words of encouragement and your kind words also. Thank you. And to Martha, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I just wanted to.
Will you do one favor for me?
I can do whatever you need, Martha.
Let's see you smile. That's better. I want to see you smile when you talk.
Oh, I can smile,
because
believe
that's,
me.
If you're doing stand-up comedian, when you smile, it's contagious.
Oh, I know.
So I want to see you smile more.
Well, I will smile anytime I see you come up. How's that? Deal?
No, I want to see you smile more often.
All right, I will. I will smile.
Good night.
Time.
Have a good night.
Thanks,
Keep
Martha. It was nice talking with you, Deb. Thanks for joining, and everybody else out there that joined in. I appreciate it. I look forward to next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when we have Kronos Time Master, now the doctor, gonna be on. So I am excited for that. And everybody have a good night. Drive safe. Don't forget to feed your animals. And as Bob Barker would say, neuter and spay all your animals.